Hello and welcome to another edition of the Startup Show brought to you by Inc Authority. I'm your host, Trevor Rowley. Hey, today we've got a great topic and a great guest for you because entrepreneurs around the world, as they start up the new corporations, as they start up the new LLCs, they're concerned about one thing and one thing only, and that's how fast can I grow and scale my business? And that's today's topic. And to help us with it, welcome to the program, Adam Stokes. He's a senior business advisor at Inc Authority. How are you, Adam?
Thank you. Doing good. Thank you very much.
Awesome. So for those who may not know, in a couple of sentences, what exactly is a business advisor at Inc Authority?
I am tasked with the amazing opportunity to help our clients grow their businesses and scale it up as fast as possible without wasting any money.
Well, then you're the perfect guest for this particular topic in this particular program because that's what we want to address today, right? And it's one of the things that makes Inc Authority different from the other business formation companies out there. There's a lot of companies that people can find on the internet, and they'll be happy to take somebody's money so that they can produce a piece of paper and send it to them by email. But they're not necessarily super concerned about whether that business is successful or not. Yet Inc Authority is different. And we assign every new business owner a seasoned business advisor like yourself, somebody who's owned businesses, somebody who's been successful, somebody who's worked with hundreds and even thousands of business owners around the country to help them navigate and avoid the pitfalls of business and make sure that they find the proper avenues for success. You get assigned, you get to talk to them, hold their hand, guide them through the process, and through a series of what we call grow calls, you're able to help that business owner to have the greatest chance for success. And I just think that that is incredible and it's super high value. And I love it that our customers take advantage of all of the time that they can with you and our other business advisors. So let's talk about it for a minute. So, somebody finds us online, for example, they go to incauthority.com and they set up a brand new LLC. It's their dream business. They're ready to be independent, be their own boss. They're excited about it, but they've never been a business owner before. So they don't know what they don't know, right?
That's exactly right.
So they get on the phone with you. You're introduced to them as the business advisor. You already told us, hey, my job is to help them grow and scale the business. What's that call like? What do you do?
So that call is absolutely glorifying for me. I think that everybody here at Inc Authority, I think our culture just reeks how excited we are to help people and to see these excited entrepreneurs finally pull the trigger and make the decision to start this business. And so my role is very important and I'm excited to have it. Every time I talk to a new business owner, they are gung-ho, they're excited, and they've got all these things that they need to do. And they just really want to know what's most important right now.
Yeah. So what do you do to learn more about the business owner? What's the process like? You're on the call. What do you do?
That process is getting to know my client, right? Before we can do anything, let's find out about the business. Let's find out what's going to help that business. Let's find out what they've done, if it's an existing business or if it's completely startup and they have no idea what to do.
Yeah. So, I think, ancillary to that is what's their skill set like too, right? Have they done this before? Do they have a particular talent for what it is they're doing, or is everything brand new to them, right?
Absolutely.
I know some people, they buy into a franchise, for example. They may not be experts in making sandwiches, but they just bought into this sandwich franchise. They have no idea how to run a business, much less make a sandwich yet. Now, you may not be able to help them make the sandwich, but you can help them with the business side of things, right? And so understanding that customer, where are they at today? Where do they want to be? Is this going to be their full-time job? Is this replacing something, some other income that they had? Did they quit their regular 8 to 5 to do this? Or is this going to be something that they're going to do supplementary to an 8 to 5 job? How many hours are they going to put into this thing? A lot of these things are really, really important. Do they have a business plan put together already? Do they know what kind of revenue is going to be required to make this thing sustainable over time? So you're going to ask them a bunch of questions. Can you give us a little bit of a taste of what some of those questions are as you're trying to get to know the customer?
Absolutely. And I think you nailed a lot of those big topics right on the head. When we talk to a client, we're finding out what their skill set is, because if it is a startup business, if it is a client, ever since COVID hit, that they actually decided, it's most important to live my dream or to be a little bit more home with my family, what does that consist of? So you're great at what you are, your craft, right? But how are we going to scale that business? What's important right now? Do we need some revenue? How are we going to get funding, right? Because you're going to have two choices. One of them is you can fund it on your own, which we definitely don't recommend, right? The whole point of an LLC is to separate yourself, not only legally, but financially. So that's a big talk. How much do we need? What's realistic? And we break those down by the products that we get to help them with. And I think that's the reason, honestly, Trevor, why we have 20,000 5-star reviews.
Yeah.
I mean, that is astronomical. And I think it all comes down to the fact that we do care, but the fact that you can pick up a phone as a business owner when you're about to make a strong business decision that's going to affect your business, your family, your dream, and you could pick up the phone and talk to somebody like myself, who's going to be right there to help you, guide you. And if I can't, or if I don't have that answer, I'm going to get the resources. That's what Ink Authority does for us. We're able to go find answers for people so that they don't make those kind of mistakes.
Right. And I can feel the passion you have for the customers, just as you talked about it, right?
I'm an entrepreneur myself.
There's nothing that feels better than helping somebody else find success, find their dream, right? And so you're talking to them about that brand new business. They're worried about, hey, where am I going to find additional capital for my business? Because we all know that the two reasons why most businesses fail, if they are to fail, is one, they don't have enough capital to continue that business, and two, they don't have the education. And that doesn't mean a college degree. It just means they don't know what they don't know about the business of running their business. And yet here you are as a business advisor, you can provide solutions in both of those areas, plus many more, right? And you're willing to spend the time, which is what really shows how much you care. So you find out what their financial goals are. You find out what their time commitments are. You find out where they want to be, at the end of this year, maybe 3 years, maybe 5 years, who's going to be on their team. You find out about their tax situation, right? Do they feel like they've been paying too much in taxes? Are they concerned about what they can deduct or not deduct? And you're going through this list of questions just so you can find out who they are. And then what happens? You're going to segue into some solutions, I would imagine.
100%. Yeah. So we're really good here about asking those good fact-finding questions. As an entrepreneur, again, they're getting pulled in multiple directions. We all know once your business hits the state website, it's now public knowledge, and you are going to get a ton of solicitations telling you should do this, you should do that, right? So through those questions, I'm able to identify specifically what's going to help their immediate need and really where we want to grow that business. That's part of that planning process, right? And so that's exactly what I'm doing is setting that, if you want to say your steps to success, right? We're setting each one of those things that we need to get done on our checklist, and we're just simplifying it for them. And we're helping them to avoid those big pitfalls that you talked about earlier.
Yeah. That's brilliantly said, because it really is a roadmap, right? A roadmap that can take you from where you are today to where you want to be in the future. And we've got experience enough with so many business owners that we know exactly what that road looks like, right?
Yeah.
And we can help guide that person down that road to make sure that they get to that finish line. And sometimes we're talking to a customer and it's like, how are you going to get your name out there? How are you going to get your brand out there? How are people going to know that you exist, right? And they're like,
brand recognition is a big deal.
They're like, well, I'm going to go online. And you're like, well, have you acquired a domain? What's your domain? Have you got a website? Have you got a web developer? How are you planning on doing that? And you can help them with that, right?
Yeah, 100%. And so we talk about that stuff, right? So, the great thing is we have a product for everybody. If it's just somebody that needs a website up that they can throw on their business card, we have it. If it's somebody that wants to go out there and drive in outside acquisition, we got it through search engine optimizing. If it's somebody who wants to have a fully blown business open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, we do that through that e-commerce package that we have as well.
Yeah. And again, as time goes on, a business owner situation changes, right?
Yes, it does.
And I think your first grow call, as we call it, it takes place shortly after that new business is formed, probably during the first month sometime. And then, maybe somebody's not ready to get a website set up for their business. They're just still getting things set up, right?
Exactly.
Maybe 3 months later, 4 months later, 6 months later, they're ready for that. And, you can guide them again and help them and answer their questions about it. Exactly. Certainly most people aren't thinking about getting their tax return done right after they've set up their business, but they can start tax planning and preparing for that tax return so that when that comes, that they're not paying more than they thought that they should, right? They're willing to pay their fair share, but are they maximizing the benefits of the business? Are they maximizing their deductions? And by having regular grow calls with you or one of our other business advisors, they can be planning ahead. They can learn what it is that they don't know and questions that they should be asking about the business. Exactly. So that they are prepared to be successful.
And that's it. And I think one of those big things that we talk about, right, is that, we don't come in here saying we're the only ones, right? And so people have questions. They're working with other people. All we do is simply just talk about what products we have and why it works best for our clients. And we can compare apples to apples. One of the biggest compliments that I think that I have ever had is when I call a customer and when they answer it, they go, "Hi, Adam." I mean, what a personal relationship with somebody who's there to advise you. And how about an opportunity that doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah.
And I hear that all the time. They're trying to get a hold of people. They might have done their first LLC through a different company, and it's all through email, or it's all through chat. And they said, this is a relief. I can pick up the phone and talk to a real person that's knowledgeable of what I'm trying to accomplish.
And it's the same person. You know, they can talk to you your first grow call, second, third, as many times as it takes, right? So you don't have to retell your whole story to somebody brand new, but somebody who understands them, understands their business, and is there to help them. It's super, super valuable.
Very important.
What about, any success stories? Can you think of, you don't have to name names, but...
Great question, and I've got a great answer to that. I have two very important calls that mean the life to me. Again, I'm invested in these people as well. And one of them being a truck driver. He's been working for somebody else. He didn't know how to get out from that. All of his money is he's out there putting this time and effort into driving, and this money was going to a broker, right? And so we were able to go out there and get him his own vehicle. This guy still calls me at least twice a year. He's like, Adam, I'm out here. I'm living the dream. I doubled my annual income, and it's all because you told me to go for it, and you gave me the right structure to get there, right?
It's amazing.
And it was amazing, and it feels so good, Second piece is real estate. Another big thing that we do here, right? People hear about how I can invest in real estate, how I can make it rich, right? And some of that's true, right? But how do we do it? And so we have an awesome and amazing program where we pull them in. Well, the specific customer said, hey, I want to buy 3 investment homes, Adam. I want to make a retirement out of this, right? And we were able to go ahead and not only activate that business credit, but set him up on a business plan. And that business plan actually defined specific areas that he should buy and specific areas that he needed to stay away from. So we were able to take that liability out of it. We got him into that. Then with that business credit, we got him funding. So he didn't have to overexhaust his personal means, affecting his debt to income. He was able to actually get funds for down payments, rehabbing, and now he has his 3 homes, and we're about to buy 3 more here within the next 6 months.
What an incredible story,
Yeah.
Now, everybody's situation's different, but it's incredible, right? Where you can be there, and we don't take any credit for somebody's success. They're doing all the hard work, right?
100%.
But we're there to help guide and answer questions and bounce ideas off of, et cetera. And, when you're able to do that, and then somebody's comes back and says, hey, that thing we talked about, this is what I did, and now it's come true.
Absolutely. And I've got no joke, 10 referrals from that one person.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because we delivered that wow experience that we're supposed to. We do care, and that's our culture here at Inc. Authority for sure.
Yeah. So bottom line is, talk to a business advisor, right? If you've used Inc. Authority to get your LLC set up, if you used it to set up your corporation, make sure you take advantage of that relationship with a business advisor like you or other business advisors at Inc. Authority, because you guys really do care and you're passionate about business and you have that entrepreneurial spirit, and you'll talk for as long as you need to talk with these people to help them have a good understanding of where they are and where they need to be and some things they need to avoid and some other things that they should make sure that they're doing to make sure that they reach that finish line. And, these grow calls should happen at least quarterly because things change over time, right?
Quarterly is great.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think that's it 100%, right? Whether you're an existing business owner or you're brand new, right? The biggest room in the house is room for improvement, right? And so give us a call, take 5-10 minutes out of your schedule, book that grow call with either myself or one of our other many great advisors that are completely experienced, who live and breathe this kind of stuff every single day. And I promise you're going to get some value out of that.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us today, Adam.
Yeah,
it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
And thank all of you for joining us again today on this episode of the Startup Show. We appreciate it. If you want to talk to a business advisor, if you want to talk to Adam, one of our business advisors, reach out to us, give us a call, visit our website, chat with us online, make sure you get that appointment set up. And, hey, now would be a great time to go ahead and hit the like button and make sure that the notification bell is turned on so you don't miss any of our future episodes. We're wishing you much success. This is Trevor Rowley, Executive Vice President of Inc. Authority, signing off for this episode of the Startup Show.